again with another episode of Roofer Reflections, and I'm really excited to have Tommy here today. I know you spent a lot of time in and around facility maintenance, restoration, and roofing. I mean, was that sort of, did you have early jobs in and around that? Or was that later? Like, what was the timing around all the activities?
Yes, so right out of school, I actually worked with a company that was a maintenance management consulting firm that was it was a neighbor, a family neighbor, and they had a kind of a boutique firm that was really focused mainly on textile. I took over as product manager for that software, and then that went on for several years. They ended up getting bought by a larger company, and then I got into IT consulting. So the combination of those two, I guess, attracted, as facilities maintenance evolved and got to where it was more data driven and what have you. The two tools that I had kind of in my toolbox, I guess, made people think that I might, know something about.
How did that evolution occur in terms of, you said it's more data driven now. So for someone that isn't part of that, how do you explain that?
From a roofing perspective, let's say, it used to be just trying to be able to get, service on roofs. That was, especially if you had multiple sites. It's evolved to a point where there's a lot of good companies that can kind of respond in a timely fashion for a decent price and fix a roof. When you're looking at an entire portfolio, how can you start looking to improve that performance of your roofs and reduce your spend over time, kind of achieve that lowest total cost of ownership? Having the background that I have, it just kind of came naturally for me. I love being able to crunch numbers and analyze. Funny for an English major that hated math in college, right? It's working on solutions for client partners. It becomes a pretty cool process.
What do you see most often that is sort of, I don't know, let's call it a room for opportunity to improve? What do you find yourself coaching them the most about?
Just visibility. Roofs, as out of sight, out of mind. You only realize when there's a problem. Rarely does someone in that multi-site world have enough of a budget to have a proactive roofing program, right? So you kind of just got to budget and prioritize. But being able to, in a cost-effective way, have someone on the roof to at least give some visibility there. Clean drains while they're up there, do a little bit of preventive maintenance to keep from some real severe issues from arising. Just being able to do that, I think, is the first step to help educate them and help them make more informed decisions when they're looking at their entire portfolio. What's
been a highlight with everything that you've done? Like what's been one of your biggest highlights, whether it's personal or professional?
My start in the facilities industry, founders, Bill and Mariella Pegnato, they had a service company, which was just service repairs throughout the country. Same type of customers, but 250 trucks and ladders. We don't have a truck for a ladder with our platform now. We're facilitating things and building data. The original company was acquired, and I worked for that company alongside them and just got to know Bill in particular, and eventually Mariella. But we took a liking to each other immediately, and he was just a great mentor for me, both teaching me roofing, but also just in the industry and just general business and customer service. To now be able to actually work for a mentor and have a very tangible kind of have my hands really on the success of the company. It's kind of like a dream come true professionally and personally.
Someone that's interested in getting into the roofing side of things asks you for advice or tips or whatnot. What sort of information would you pass on?
It's a friendly bunch, the roofers, as well as I do, right? And then they also like to share their expertise. So just trying to strike up conversations, learn about the industry. But it's the cool thing is there's not a giant barrier to get started in it. Now there's a ton of room for growth and for learning and all that, but it's something that you can pretty much if you find the right path, you can get started almost immediately. I say just look for someone that can mentor you, kind of like I've been mentored in the industry.